Guys, what did we just watch today? What was that we just watched? To be honest, I think I just watched a live execution. That's what I watched. This should not have been televised. This should not be on TV. What Inter showcased today and what PSG did to them should not be on TV, because that was absurd. That was unbelievable. Inter loses 5-0 against PSG, and PSG win their first UCL in their history, and what a way to do it. Just what a way to do it. PSG, the way they built this team, the way Luis Enrique came and given him trust to build this process and rebuild has been great. And huge credit to Luis Campos as well. Those guys have built something special here, and they've unlocked something. That front three is magic. They've unlocked something there, because bro, Dembele, Doué, Kvara, Barcola coming on and doing what he was doing, that's unfair. That shouldn't be allowed. What a game from them, and that is one of the most dominating performances. Maybe that is the most dominating performance I've ever seen in any final. I remember some finals like Italy versus Spain, Euros 2012, where Spain won 4-0. That was pretty dominating. This one is just on a different level, man. 5-0. 5-0 is unbelievable. And this game overall was just all PSG to start with. It was all PSG. In the first 10 minutes, it just looked like PSG was going to run away with this game. It just looked that way. Like, Inter had nothing on them. And Inter today, we could say a lot of things. We could fault a lot of people, but nobody showed up. Overall, nobody showed up. Maybe one guy that comes to my mind is Thuram. I thought Thuram won a lot of his duels, and when he got the ball, there was just no runner. Lautaro today, hey, you were missing, bro. You were missing. You were a ghost. You were not there today. I couldn't find Lautaro, and to me, he's always been one of the most overrated strikers in the world. I don't mind him. I'm not saying he's a bad striker. He's a good striker, but he's not that guy. He's not the upper echelon of players that people will put him in. He's not a Ballon d'Or contender. That's not who Lautaro is to me. And look today, he was just missing. They could have put on anybody else and wouldn't have mattered. But let's look at the game overall, and let's go to the first half, where Inter straight away came out shaky. Inter, with their experience, I thought they're going to have a good game. They're one of the oldest teams in UCL. They had one of the best defenses in the Champions League, and honestly, everything fell flat today. And honestly, age might have played a part. PSG straight away dictated the tempo of the game. They wanted to play this fast pace, which Inter, overall, their players are so old, they cannot keep up. They cannot keep up with this pace. And straight away we saw, it didn't matter if PSG had the ball or not. PSG were dominating. Even when Inter had the ball and they had a quick little attack, the way it would all flip over when PSG had the ball and the way they countered, unbelievable. And the fact is, they didn't even counter that much, because PSG had most of the ball this game. They had most of the possession. In that first half especially, it dominated possession. Yeah, but straight away, the 12th minute, Hakimi, who for me today, one of the best players for PSG. All of them stepped up, but Hakimi was everywhere. Sometimes you would see him go to the middle, which would create kind of a mismatch for that Inter midfield, because you have another extra guy there. And Hakimi would go to the middle, sometimes interplay with Desiree Doué. He would run up and down. Very good performance. Hakimi put on a great performance, and the passing that led up to that goal for him, wow, that was just champagne football. And all he didn't need to do was tap it in. Desiree Doué gave a great ball to him, and it's 1-0 straight away. At that point, I'm expecting a response from Inter. I'm expecting something, but Inter overall, that first half, they did nothing, man. They did nothing. Around the 30th minute, 25th minute, they had a few attacks, but none of the attacks were really even dangerous, if we're being honest. As I said before, Thuram won a lot of his battles. If you're looking at Thuram, he won a lot of his battles, but there was nobody to really help him out. Nobody making a run. The fullbacks today were completely isolated. Enrique, I feel like, completely took out those fullbacks out the game, just by his tactical masterclass. If you look today, DeMarco and Dumfries, they had no effect on the game. Dumfries, who was honestly, I would say man of the match of that whole semifinals, today was missing. And it's really because Kvara and Doué and even Dembele, they keep these guys on their feet. They cannot go overlap when you got guys like Kvara and Doué just waiting. And also Kvara, the reason why he didn't get subbed out early was he helps out so much on the left flank defensively. All the front three do, but Kvara does an exceptional job. Dembele, who we're going to talk about later as well, but oh my. For me, he's a Ballon d'Or winner. In my opinion, he's a Ballon d'Or winner, and today proved it as well, because he had a quiet performance. I'll say it was a quiet performance, but yeah, he did so much. He did so much of the little things that people don't notice, but Dembele today was a driving force in that team. The way he was pressing non-stop. Anytime Summer had the ball, this guy was pressing non-stop, and he was interrupting Inter's build the play. So much of the time. And that's kind of what Enrique wanted out of Mbappe. Mbappe never gave that. But Dembele is the perfect striker for PSG. I kind of wonder what's going to happen next season when the transfer window rolls around. Like, what is PSG going to do? How are they even going to make this team even better, right? How is that going to happen? Because to me, this team is perfect. I don't think they even need anything. Even a lot of the bench players, hey, that is perfect. Today, Barcola, Maloudu, Zaire Emery, all these guys give something. I don't know if they need anybody else. In my notes, I wrote, Inter looks scared. And that was the case. For an experienced team, you cannot be that scared coming out the gate, especially a team that's been here. It looked like PSG are the ones that played in the final 2 years ago, but that's not the case. A lot of these players have never been in the final, except for Marquinhos in the starting lineup, and yeah, I'm pretty sure only Marquinhos and Hakimi when he was at Real Madrid, but he wasn't even a key figure then. Except for Marquinhos, None of these guys were in the final. So take that into consideration. These guys shouldn't have experience, but they look like they experienced once. PSG looked like they experienced once. Inter looked scared. They looked like they were shaking. And honestly, it was not something I was expecting from them. And even the first half, as I said, Dembele quietly had a great game. The way he was pressing, interrupted the play of Inter. He was popping up consistently in spaces. He should have had a goal today as well, but he didn't score. He would go to the right wing, left wing. He would be everywhere. And I love that from Dembele, and that's what I love from this front three. They just keep shifting, which is something that a lot of managers don't do anymore. The midfield for Inter today, shocking. I didn't see any sort of play between them. It looked like they got out-hustled, outmatched. Fabian Ruiz today was underrated as well. His physicality brings a lot to that midfield. Inter, I don't know if they have that. They don't have physicality. And Mkhitaryan, Hakan, Barella, these guys... Barella I thought was the best out of the midfield, but he didn't have that Barella type game as well. So just lackluster. The fullbacks in the midfield today were just lackluster. The defense we don't even need to talk about because, they conceded 5. What more is there to talk about? Summer especially. Wow, this guy, I can't even blame him because PSG maybe should have scored 7 8 goals. Like, they had so many chances. Barcola missed so many chances. Kvara missed a lot of chances. Dembele missed a few shots. They should have had a lot more goals. A lot more. Let me check the stats. They had a lot of shots. They had 23 shots. They had 23 shots. They should have had a bit more goals, but again, I can't blame Summer. But Summer, at the same time, it was kind of spooky. I saw a lot of near post finishes, but overall, Inter just, as a team, didn't play good, man. They just not play good. And when it came to the second half, they showed a little bit of intensity in the beginning, Inter. They did, but that third Doué goal shut down everything. The third goal for PSG was like the dagger. It was like the end of the game, and it was only a 63rd minute. But yeah, Doué, that goal is one of the best goals I've seen in a long time. That Doué third goal is... I'm going to rewatch that. I'm going to keep rewatching that, but the way all build up to that goal was just something... It was sublime, to be honest. It was sublime. Dembele breaking the lines with that back heel, it's a thing of beauty. And then Vitinha picking it up, threading the needle to Doué, and Doué with a calm finish. He makes it 3-0, takes off his shirt just like Neymar. Kind of reminiscent of that, but yeah, the way that goal transpired was what PSG are about. That's what they're about this season, and that's how they play. And it's just beautiful football. And in the end of the day, they deserve to win the Champions League. Even if Barca was in this final, I think PSG would have won. They've been the best team in Europe. Without a doubt. And even the subs for Inter didn't do much. They really didn't do much. I thought maybe Inzaghi should have brought Taremi in. I'm surprised Frattazzi, who scored in the semifinal second leg, didn't come on. Zielinski, like, these guys could be game changers, but none of them, he didn't bring on anybody. He brought on Besic, who after just 10 minutes went off the pitch again because he got injured. Unfortunate injury, but the other subs he brought on didn't do much. The goals kept piling on though, and Kvara with the 4th, great left foot finish. Dembele with a great assist. Again, he had 2 assists this game. A quiet yet unbelievable performance from him. He was the driving force of that attack. For me, again, Ballon d'Or winner. And Kvara should have had a lot more goals, but still, the way this guy was defending, man, the way he was pressing, Kvara does things that are underrated. I know it sounds corny, but his aura. Like, Dumfries, did you even see him go up this game? Did he even attack the way he was against Barca? He wasn't. Because Kvara is a weapon. Kvara is a great decision maker as well. And yeah, 4-0. And then Emery just decides to bring on Malulu, give him a nice, appearance in the final. He probably never expected to play today, but he did, and he bagged the goal as well. And what a great finish by him. Barcola with the assist, great pass, and 5-0. Embarrassing again. One of the most embarrassing performances I've seen in Inter. I don't know if they can get back here. Especially with this squad, it's going to be hard to get back here. They've rebuilt it great. The fact they've gone to 2 finals in 3 years, that's a thing that shouldn't be taken lightly. That's a huge accomplishment. But I think the squad peaked. I think this was the peak of the squad. I don't know what they can change. Inzaghi's leaving as well. It could look bad for Inter next season. Inzaghi's leaving to Saudi. I don't know who they're going to get as a coach. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very interesting on the Inter side. And this was one of the most dominating performances I've ever seen in a final. Also, there's another conversation to be held on Desiree Doué. Is this guy a superstar? I think he is. I think he's a superstar. He was involved in every single goal when he was on the pitch. 2 goals and assists. Every single decision he made was perfect. I saw no flaws in his game. The skills, Desiree Doué was... Tonight, again, Enrique made the right decision to start him today instead of Barcola. That was the right decision for sure because he provided. And this is one of the best, honestly, it might be the top 3 best performances I've seen in a UCL final. I know Courtois versus Liverpool is there, but Desiree Doué has to be in that conversation as well. 2 goals and assists, and he's only, 19? Guys, this is not normal. And this guy will be a big name for years to come. Him, Yamal. Let me know what you guys thought of this final. It was a fun final to watch, that's for sure. It was not no bore fest, but at the same time, I want to see some competitive football. Inter never brought that. They never brought that to the table, and PSG dominated. They just dominated this game. Anyway, hope you guys had a good day, and peace out.